Hello everyone and welcome to another Warcraft 3 replay commentary. Today's match is going to be one of those super old ones, even by pastcast standards. It was played on 13th of April 2004 and it was part of a Wc3 clan war between SK Gaming and MTW. It was the first map in the best of 3 between these two players, and they are Tak3r, the German orc player who's spawning in the top left corner in teal with Tak3r first. At the time, definitely one of Europe's finest, and of course one of Germany's top, not only orc players but also top players in general. And his opponent from Bulgaria in grey in the bottom right corner, the human player Insomnia, who at the time was the reigning world champion, as he had won the WCG 2003 in the fall before this game was played. So definitely top WC3L match at the time. Tak3r first for Insomnia as well. And this is a replay in patch 1.14. I haven't casted one of those in a while. So for those of you who aren't aware of the bug or issue that comes along with patches with replays of patch 1.14, I'm just gonna quickly mention it again. Just looking at the heroes first. AM against Tak3r. The problem in 1.14 is that I can only show you the health bars of the player whose perspective I'm in, and the health bars of opponent's units that are in his vision range. So everything outside of this, for example, as I'm in Tak3r's point of view right now, I cannot show you, which is, for example, the creeps or Insomnia's base. But I'm just gonna have to do a lot of perspective switching to get past this little issue. Tak3r is starting with some scouting. Oh, by the way, this is the old Twisted Meadows map with the taverns here instead of the shops. No shops on this map. And the marketplace in the middle. The mercenary camps are still the same. But on the one on the bottom, you could buy creeps without, or mercs without creeping it, by just moving a unit down here. Buying the mercenary, which would spawn, of course, here, and then walk down to the bottom again without having the creeps attack you. So heroes are out. Insomnia is actually gonna take the big creep camp here at the Goblin Laboratory, which is also slightly different than it is these days. Whereas Tak3r is just gonna take the little green camp with the farce here with the wolves. No shop before his tech, so I'm assuming he's gonna want to start taking soon as he's got the resources. And Insomnia with a really I wouldn't even say modern approach here, but I guess futuristic is the better word, since this definitely was not really done a lot until like a year or a year and a half after this game was played. So he grabbed this, of course, without fast altar, and therefore Tak3r still was in time here to do some damage. One peasant has already fallen, the second one is definitely going to fall as well. The Farseer is taking a lot of damage in return, though definitely needs to make sure not to get trapped here in front of the human space, and he successfully does so. The next peasant is in some trouble. The grunt actually sneaks out of the base. Insomnia just a little bit too late in closing that off with DAM and a couple of his smaller units. So Tak3r luckily getting his grunt out alive here. Definitely needs to make sure not to dive in too deep with his fast here. He immediately takes one more hit down to about 85 HP, and therefore he's got to retreat right now. The wolves are going to be taken care of. It doesn't look like this militia is in any serious trouble. Insomnia has started his tech by now. He didn't get a tower here, which isn't too big of a surprise, because at the time the arcane towers didn't do additional damage to summons. They were just basically there to burn the mana of opponents' heroes or just units with mana, but didn't do extra damage to summons yet. So getting them early on against the wolves, not really as much of a, not really as helpful, let's put it like that, as it became later on. Tak3r's tech is way ahead. He's adding the third burrow. He's got the circlet here, got the level 2 in the meantime on his farce here as well. Whereas the human player still has a little bit to go. Lumber mill is coming, which I guess is a reaction to the damage he's taken here economically early on. He's creeping his Null Overseer camp now as well. So he's gonna get the level 3 from this Null Overseer, which is of course going to be helpful. And he's getting the boots of speed here, so yeah, a lot of stuff is just different. So as you can see, the same item, the same spot that can drop like Circlet and so on can drop the boots of speed in this version as well. Farseer is gonna hope to get more lucky the next time as well. He's even sold the Circlet of Nobility as it appears, and he's found the Gloves of Haste right now. Tier 2 is finished for Tak3r, who's getting the War Mill. And look at the farm placement here by Insomnia. This is so anti-Tak3r, because of course at the time he was already known for doing a lot of strategies involving like hidden tower pushes, etc. And these scout farms just a little bit outside of the human main base can show Insomnia everything that he needs to know, just you know, in case Tak3r was going to decide to play a strategy like that. Greater Invo Potion for the AM as well, so he's getting some pretty decent items, except for the Boots of Cathalas in the beginning. Beastmaster second for Tak3r, so not the most, you know, mostly expected TC, but a Beastmaster, okay, fair enough. Tak3r in the meantime still tier 2, he's adding a Spirit Lodge, building another grunt, so he's probably going to go Reign of Chaos style and build grunts and shamans here in order to deal with the humans, you know, water elementals, and have lightning shield to cast on those grunts to do damage against all of the little human units. Mountain King second for Insomnia, who's reached tier 2 in the meantime as well. Shop has just finished, and he's getting a Griffin Aviary immediately, so not the double Arcane Sanctum. In the meantime, this very creeping heavy early mid game continues. Another Ring of Protection for Tak3r, who's not exactly been lucky in terms of his item drops so far. Another big Invo Potion for the human. Mountain King second is out, and even a second Griffin Aviary. I'm wondering if Tak3r expected that, and if he chose the Beastmaster because of that, because, you know, the Cruel Beasts of course are much better against Dragonhawk Riders than the Shockwave of the TC is, which of course does nothing against air units. And I guess against grunts, shamans, having a large number of Griffin Riders really, not Griffin Riders, Dragonhawk Riders of course, really can work out nicely, because of course the shamans with their unarmored armored type, do we see a shaman already? Not yet, suffer greatly against the piercing damage of the Dragonhawk Riders. So first bolt is going onto one of the grunts. Actually, pretty decent army already for Tak3r. Insomnia not pulling the militia. I mean, he lost so many units here, just reproducing peasants at the moment. The Farseer is a little bit out of position. Defense has apparently been researched only against, only useful against the Cruel Beasts, at least so far. Another grunt is about to fall here, but all in all, I think this is looking like a pretty decent position to be in for the Orc player. Another grunt is going to be taken care of, but at the same time, so many of the footmen are going down. The MK is taking a bit of damage as well. Orc army is repositioning. The big Invo Potion has been passed. One of them has been passed from the AM onto the Mountain King. The Beastmaster needs to be careful, squeezing out of what looked almost like a surround attempt by the Hume. Bolt goes onto the Beastmaster. He's trying to get away. 1 HP. The Mountain King doesn't have the mana to throw a bolt yet. Beastmaster is probably going to get away thanks to that. Mountain King still chasing after him. Pretty risky here, spawning a water metal, stopping there for a second, but the Shaman is coming in, casting Purge onto the Mountain King. And now he might even get into trouble. Is he gonna want to use the Invo Potion? The sheep is actually blocking him, and Tak3r's getting the kill on the Mountain King thanks to the sheep here, who's just innocently hanging out with the wolves and the Cruel Beast right now. But it's done a great job blocking the Mountain King here, and Insomnia apparently wasn't willing to use the big Invo Potion to save a level 1 hero. In the meantime, the Beastmaster is probably going to fall here. He's trying to deny it with a burrow, but I think he did not get it, as the burrow is not doing a significant amount of damage per hit. The AM getting the last hit here, so both of the players losing their second hero. Another Shaman who does not quite have a Purge ready is joining the Orc army right now. All in all, I still think this was a pretty good fight for Tak3r. Mountain King is just being reproduced. The second Griffin Aviary still hasn't come through. Mountain King is of course easily going to survive this. And Tak3r has gone up to tier 3 in the meantime, so And he's adding a Torrent totem as well as the Adept upgrade for his Shamans. So yeah, we're gonna see Torrents, which is great, of course, since it's so rarely seen. And, you know, the damage output of Dragonhawk Riders against the Torrents is not really going to be great. So we'll see how Insomnia is gonna try and deal with this upcoming unit composition by Tak3r. Then again, this is a bug definitely, as the AM has been here previously and killed the Beastmaster, so he definitely should be aware of the tier 3, and we'll even see the TC added third once the Beastmaster is back. So all in all, pretty good position for Tak3r. I'd say as we can see, he's in a bit of a supply lead. He didn't lose as much as Insomnia did in this fight here previously, and he got up to tier 3 in the meantime. We do see tier 3 as a reaction by Insomnia now as well. He's pulling some of his militia to apparently go to his natural expansion. I'm curious to see if he's really daring to go for an expansion right now, because he doesn't seem in a position to do so. In the meantime, Tak3r has gotten the Flute of Accuracy here, which is pretty good for, you know, Quibbies, Shamans. And he's picked up a tiny Great Horse, so he's gonna go for the expansion, definitely. Whereas we'll see if Insomnia is going to do the same thing. It looks like he might. Tier 3 still has such a long time to go for him. Dragonhawk Rider number 3 and 4 are about to spawn, and as I said previously, the Shamans are so vulnerable against it. But then again, once the Beastmaster hits level 3, which he already did, the Quillbeasts are going to be such a great weapon against the Dragonhawk Riders, especially given that the Flute of Accuracy is now in possession of, or that Tak3r is now in possession of that Flute of Accuracy. TC third is out. Master upgrade has finished for the Shamans, so we're gonna see Bloodlust soon. And yeah, we do see the expansion for both of the players. Of course, the Orc expansion immediately starts running, whereas Insomnia's expansion is going to take a little while. MK already level 3, found a Sobi Mask. AM is being pulled away, of course, since he doesn't want to, you know, steal any of the experience from the Mountain King. Farseer soon to be level 5. PC without any XP. We'll see what he's skilled here first. Either Shockwave or Stomp. Probably Shockwave, I'm guessing, just because of the synergy with the Chain Lightning of the Farseer. And yeah, the expansion is about to finish, and Tak3r didn't scout it. I don't think he's very likely to expect that, because together with the tier 3, the expansion is a very risky choice by the human player. The Wolf with Bloodlust, with the Lightning Shield, is going in here, and he's doing so much damage so quickly to all of the peasants again and again. Insomnia's mining is being crippled here. The army of Tak3r is quite huge already. It's 52 supply against 34. The tier 3 has finished for the human player in the meantime. He does not have the resources to back up his 2 Griffin Aviaries fully yet at the moment. He's producing the first Griffin Rider. Second one is going to be produced soon, I'm assuming. Insomnia is coming in from the top. I think Tak3r doesn't really have a grasp on how tiny the army is that he's facing at the moment, because of course as far as I can tell, he didn't expect Insomnia to invest such a huge load of resources into that expansion. So he picks up a couple of mercenaries, Ogre Mauler, Force-Throw Berserker, Force-Throw Shadow Priest, before he continues to push here. And it looks like he's gonna wanna swoop in here again, and now he's definitely going to be aware of how far ahead he is army-wise. The first Griffin is finally out, second one is about to come out as well. The Orc army is streaming in. Insomnia is coming back in again. I think he just wants to waste Tak3r's time right now, because, you know, Griffin Riders in large numbers is kind of good to have against Torrents, obviously. So if he stalls Tak3r here for a while and gets up a decent number of Griffin Riders, then he's going to be looking just fine. The Shaman here is not reacting in time. Now he's turning around, casting Purge on one of the Dragonhawk Riders, and this one is definitely screwed right now, as the rest of the Orc army is coming in. But actually, alright, it's not, as Tak3r apparently doesn't want to chase after him anymore. I think he should smell right now that something is wrong, that something, you know, just doesn't feel right in a situation like that, where both of the players have been creeping for quite a long time. And Insomnia basically didn't manage to get any units out. Now he's got 3 Griffin Riders already. Number 4 is about to spawn. Number 5 is already halfway done as well. The AM and Mountain King are pulling back into the humans' main base. Of course, this is a pretty great position to be in for Insomnia with the Mountain King, which he's doing right now, because basically the majority of the Orcs' melee units doesn't get any attack surface stomped first by the TC, but I think that didn't hit anything. The Cool Beast here, wow, look at the Cool Beast just tearing the air units apart. The Farseer has to be careful as well, taking a bit of damage. The majority of Dragonhawk Riders already has gone down, and yeah, only one of them is remaining. Mountain King had to use the big Immobile Potion by now, which he saved previously. Beastmaster has to fall back as well, as he's taken so much damage already. Mountain King is throwing the ball at him. The Griffins continue focus firing level 2 for the TC. Beastmaster has fallen, but at the same time, all of the Griffin Riders are very, very low HP as well. One of them is going down. Now the focus fire is switching to the Mountain King, who's trying to escape to the left-hand side, and he does have Boots of Speed, but the TC does have the Bloodlust, obviously. He doesn't have... what? He doesn't have the Aura. I think he misskilled, because he's skilled already and he doesn't have the Aura. And Tak3r has lost the majority of his units. Actually, Insomnia doing a fairly good job given the position he was in. Now both of them more or less only with their heroes remaining. Call to arms used by the human player, who's nicely maneuvering his Mountain King around here inside of the sapling. Now the TC gets trapped, but I think he can he cannot escape here, because the water metal is closing the gap. Mountain King is being dropped. Bolt goes onto the TC, and that secures the kill on this TC, which means Tak3r is gonna have to fall back. His Farseer is more than halfway up to level 6 already, but the AM has reached level 6 already, so this fight was about as decent as it gets for Insomnia. Another bolt is going to secure the kill on another one of those headhunters. By the way, did you notice? Wow, I wasn't aware of that. The is it called Bloodlust or Frenzy of the Cool Beast apparently stacks with the Bloodlust of the Shaman, because I clicked the Cool Beast because it had like, I don't know, 2 shots per second as it felt, and there were 2 icons there in the bottom for, I think, does he have a Cool Beast here? No. This is Bloodlust, and I guess we'll see another Cool Beast eventually as the TC is about to come back. Beastry has been added in the meantime as well. Kodo is out. I'm not sure if this is... this should be the upgraded attack, the upgraded War Drums Aura already, because the Flute of Accuracy does certainly not increase the Kodo's attack damage by 4. And yeah, now the expansion has definitely been scouted. AM, of course, with the ultimate can very easily get rid of the wolf harassment here. Bolt goes on one of them, secures a little more XP for the Mountain King, who is eventually gonna want to get up to level 5, of course, which is gonna be pretty bad news for this Orc army, which is looking super strong though. Just comparing the army sizes, Insomnia is barely over 50 supply, whereas Tak3r is already closing in on 80. The peasant here is nicely positioned, and this is probably going to be the end for all of these lumber peons. The Orc army is going to run in from the left hand side here, and I'm not sure if the cooldown will already be over of the AM ultimate. Probably will. I don't think he's going to be able to get a kill on the Great Hall here, and apparently Insomnia does think so as well. The water metal gets killed, but other than that, nothing lost here, and in return he's crippled the entire mining process of the expansion of Tak3r here. But Tak3r doing the same thing, sending a couple of wolves over again. The AM and the Mountain King are heading over there. Knights are being added in the meantime as well for the human player. A couple of peasants have already fallen, 3 of them to be more precise. TC is back as well. Still no endurance aura. Boots of Cathalas and Tome of XP for the human. And yeah, look at that. It's Frenzy and Bloodlust. And the attack damage is of course very fast and in green letters, so even fast for, or by very fast standards. And now, yeah, the attack on the Hume expansion is going to ensue. There is a town portal for Insomnia, but is he gonna dare fighting this orc army? A lot of bloodlust again. And it looks like he isn't, as he's teleporting up here to the peasant again, and he's going to go for the counter push. The expansion has fallen here. He's just going for the kill on the Great Hall. Is there a town portal on the army of Tak3r? There actually is, but he doesn't want to play the mass teleport game here, apparently, with the Hume, as he's letting this expansion go down. He's going for the counter push, but in the meantime he's... Okay, never mind, he's not getting another expansion, he's just getting the tower here in the bottom left corner. Level 6 now for the Farseer as well, as he just killed, if I heard it correctly, another Dragonhawk Rider. The Wolf once again is in the back of the Hume base. Look at the attack speed of that Cool Beast. It's quite crazy. All of the shackles hitting perfectly. A huge air army is available once again for the Hume. The Mountain King is taking plenty of damage right at the beginning of this fight. The first knight is going down. Mountain King has to take the Immo potion already. Good Chain Lightning is coming in. The TC with the Stomp. Still level 1 only, so he's skilled the level 2 wave. Already out of mana, of course, since he's just used 2 skills here. Mountain King with another clap is doing so much damage to the back of the Orc army though, and all of the heroes are running low HP. AM, MK, Farseer is taking a bolt here. He does have the town portal, but the stun lasts too long. Level 6 for the Mountain King, who's trying to pull back right now, but he's falling as well. Level 4 on the TC. The AM is still alive somewhere. The Beastmaster in the meantime, okay, attacking the Shredder for whatever reason, but there's still so much remaining in the air for Insomnia. Level 5 for the Beastmaster right now, but both of the remaining Orc heroes are taking so much damage that they have to fall back. The AM is taking a bit of damage as well. The Quill Beast is going to be taken care of. The AM actually really needs to be careful. He's trying to pull back here. The Wolf though with the Bloodlust is critting down the AM. Alright, level 7 AM is falling. The Tauren is going to go down here as well on his retreat, as there's nothing to save him. I'm assuming, yeah, the Tauren is falling. A freaky game indeed. And okay, the Human rebuilt his altar in the meantime at least. He doesn't have the gold to rebuild any of his heroes. They were level 7 and 6. Alright, and he misskilled his TC, kind of obvious. Yeah, he does have an altar here. He doesn't have the resource. He's got... Yeah, fair enough. He's got 1 peasant left. This one, who he abused for mass teleport earlier on, is heading back across the map right now. He's building another one, so he's not investing into the hero immediately, just getting his economy going again. There's still 1,200 gold in here. And there you can also see the damage done by Tak3r, who does have the resources to rebuy his Farseer. So Tak3r is going to be down to basically only his heroes, whereas... Excuse me. Whereas Insomnia is still going to have 4 Griffins, a Dragonhawk Rider, and a Knight to work with here. And finally, his mine is running at full capacity again. He's clicking the altar here over and over again. But the level 6 Mountain King, unfortunately, I don't know the number by heart, but 280 gold are not quite gonna cut it. Meantime, Farseer is back, some long distance mining is going on, and actually, yeah, Tak3r is adding the expansion down here. That's going to take a while. 29 supply for him, 37 supply for Insomnia, so he's finally in the lead. Now the Quill Beasts are coming in. Level 3 Quill Beasts, of course, quite the insane units. One of the Dragonhawks, or the one Dragonhawk is falling, the Griffin is pulling back immediately. Even the Knight gets killed by those Quill Beasts, which are such an insane unit to have at this point. And the Mountain King is the first one to be revived. Of course, level 6 on him makes him quite a powerful unit or hero to have. And of course, he's a little bit cheaper than level 7 AM. I think the building time actually doesn't change anymore after level 5 or level 6, so that shouldn't make a difference. Some more wolf harassment coming in right now. As you can see, the tower here, he does like 7-8 damage per hit to the Shadow Wolf. As I said in the beginning, there's no additional damage by the Arcane Tower back in 1.14 to summons. And apparently with the Quill Beast early on, Insomnia, or Tak3r saw Insomnia rebuilding something in the altar. He's heading in right now. The Griffins are joining the fight. Chain Lightning going onto them. He's chasing away one of the Winter Elves, but the altar has fallen. There is still 650 gold remaining for the human player. Another Knight has just spawned. Another Dragonhawk Rider is being produced, which could be cancelled if you wanted to in order to get a hero back. But then again, of course, Tak3r at this point does have the expansion finished and he starts saturating it. So this is looking better and better and better for him. And if not some miracle happens and the level 655 heroes lose to 4 low HP Griffin Riders, then this game should be over. And it is Tak3r winning here in a very straightforward game, I gotta say. Not really, like, I'd say from minute 5 to 10 there was a little bit of a slower phase in which there was some creeping taking place. But other than that, a lot of fighting going on, the heroes getting up to level 6 very quickly. Of course, Bloodlust did Torren, etc. Even a tri-hero by the Orc, rather rarely seen. And Tak3r was in a good spot, I feel like, right from the beginning. But when he went for his first big push with the expansion to back him up, I think he wasted a little bit too much time. Gave Insomnia the chance to get back into the game by getting out like 4 or 5 Griffins before the actual battle took place, in which he was able to repel the attack of his opponent to kill both the TC and the Beastmaster. And yeah, that gave him a little bit more time, that dragged out the game a little bit, made for another 2 pretty decent battles. And in the end, it was Insomnia who not really necessarily lost his level 7 AM to the, what was it, a Torren, I think, a Quillbeast and a Wolf. But of course, with the crits, with the Bloodlust, there's a lot of damage output, which isn't really, the kind of damage output the average Warcraft player is too used to. Then again, it's Insomnia, of course, not being the average Warcraft player. So, I guess I digress a little bit. As always, I hope you enjoyed this one. By the way, this one won a vote on the Facebook page. I'm trying to, include you guys a little bit more in the decision-making process of the podcast. So if you want to be part of that, then facebook.com/ITrainHum shouldn't be too difficult to find. Yeah, this one won a poll, which was about Bloodlust versus mass Bat Riders and Wind Riders against Gyrocopters. And therefore I casted this game. And as I said previously, I hope you liked it. And if you did so, then thumbs up and then subscribe and comment. And I'll see you soon. Bye.